What does AAA actually mean? And does it represent the best games out there? This video I'll dive into what I believe AAA stands for and how there's a tier above that I'm classifying as a 4A game, starting with the first A, graphics. For a game to really take you out of your meat body and provide an immersive experience, it has to have good graphics. Now, this doesn't mean it has to look real life, like unrecorded, but it has to have elements that will make your mind escape to a different reality. And every genre has a wide range of graphics based on platform and target audience. But for a game to gain this A, it needs to push the boundaries of its predecessors. Let's look at Hogwarts Legacy. This game truly makes you feel like you're a spellcaster in the wizarding world. The VFX just hits so hard, and the textures of the creatures makes the game come to life. Every year, new graphics cards are coming out, and games that fall behind can quickly lose that immersion compared to others. The second A is gameplay. A game needs to have engaging player interaction. You should be able to alter the fate of your character in a meaningful way, whether this is by skill, strategy, or social interaction. It should enhance the feelings that the game is trying to promote, and for it to earn that A, it needs to embody, improve, or innovate upon the mechanics of top games in the genre currently. An example would be if we look at Final Fantasy XVI. It has taken the ARPG gameplay to a new level by seamlessly tying in action fighting scenes with cinematic cutscenes, not to mention the combos and the addition of special abilities that are so satisfying. It truly embodies that of a AAA ARPG of its time. Moving on to the third A, lore and or social engagement. To really tie gameplay and graphics, you need to have a purpose to play that will turn that time into something memorable. For some gamers, it's about having a storyline so powerful you actually feel depressed when a side character dies, or you feel like a complete badass finishing a mission. Maybe you're more of a multiplayer person, and you want a game that will give you joy or pride by experiencing incredible co-op and PvP experiences. You can team up with your friends to accomplish amazing things, or the game has such a well-made competitive scene that it drives thousands of hours to master the game. Either way, to earn that third A, the game has to have a very compelling reason to keep you coming back to play. To create a game of this caliber, you most likely need more than $10 million and sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars. But you know what? I believe there's a tier above AAA. A fourth A that few games have achieved. This A is represented by a game being so successful that its in-game assets are actually worth something in the real world. I like to think of games that have managed to not only meet the standards above for AAA, but have also created a fully established player-driven economy outside of the game, starting with Counter-Strike. Just received a massive update in its sequel, and it has one of the most active player bases in the world and have created demand for their assets. Players have spent over $400,000 for a weapon skin. Another example would be EVE Online, where players come together in guilds and set up fully operated, staffed, and compensated corporations to work in this massive space game. And even more recently, Diablo 4 has players selling their accounts for big money if they are above level 85 and have one of the legendary items. So, what games do I think will be able to reach this 4A standard in the future? I see several games with potential. Illuvium. This studio was built for 4A in every aspect, from graphics, gameplay, multiplayer, and player ownership. They may not have had a $100 million budget, but I expect them to reach AAA easily on launch. And it shows with the detail in every asset they create, the strategic depth of their gameplay, and the cult-like community that has already spent millions on Illuvium land. It now just comes down to the economy, and they'll earn that fourth A, Shrapnel. Extraction looter shooters may be one of the best genres for player-owned assets. Gamers will feel the pressure as they try to escape with their lives, and when they do, it will feel like a major accomplishment. This game has some impressive VFX and can stand on par with any of the shooters in the field. Their drive to push player-created assets will also create a massive economy on its own. They may have the potential to beat out CSGO's record for the most expensive skin sold. Wildcard. This third-person MOBA brings some of the most unique gameplay I've seen, combining collectible card games and summons with 1v1 brawling to create some very engaging and entertaining battles. They are perfect for spectators and set the stage for potential esports, and the founders 100% support player ownership at every stage in the game, and there are more being developed. Here are some other honorable mentions that have the potential. I feel more and more games will be striving for this new tier of gaming, but gaining that fourth A is the hardest of them all. Your economy has to be sound, and the game has to be bot resistant, almost impenetrable. Even the largest studios have struggled to achieve this, but I feel this will only lead to better games being developed. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Comment below which of these games you want to see an in-depth guide, or if I missed any that should be on this list. Have a great day, see you next time.